You are now listening to the Gospel of Alex. Alex, drop those scriptures. Church is in session.
You got a big bag, let me bang. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game.
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 Show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game right there.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of Elite Fleet. And I had to do a reply to this comment, and before I do the reply, I want you guys to know, whenever you leave a comment and I mention it in a video or I do a reply to the comment that you left, it's never just disrespect you or make you seem less than or come at you sideways in any way. It's always because you said something that triggered or sparked an idea and I felt like it needed to be shared with the greater world. And in this case, the particular comment was left on a video of where I said why men shouldn't avoid college educated or high earning women or women from high earning families. The title wasn't that long, but you catch the drift. If you type that in, you'll find the video. And what he said was, well, the reason most men avoid high earning or educated women is because men want to feel needed and important. And if a woman has her own money or more money than I do, at that point, what does she need me for? And that comment hurt my soul. It did. It hurt my soul because men have always been portrayed in society as kind of bumbling doofuses that walk in ATMs. But nowadays, it seems like that's on 100. At least before, it was just go to work at a regular job, rather that be the grocery store or the construction, or whatever you did. You didn't have to have this fancy corporate CEO level job. But now it's make 6 figures or you're basically useless and you have no value to women. Not only is that unrealistic, but that's crazy and it's not true. And in that video, I literally listed all the other reasons that a woman would need you, even if she made more money than you. I said, well, what about provision and leadership? Okay. I said, what about love? I said, what about companionship? I said, what about a family? I said, what about knowledge and wisdom? I said, what about sharing advice? I said, what about an alternative perspective? I said, what about somebody to share intimate moments with at night as far as cuddling and kissing? Again, what about somebody to blow her back out? I listed all these different reasons and all these different values that men have besides just how much money and their ability to provide. And do not get me wrong, your ability to provide is of extreme importance, okay? It's of extreme importance, but it is not all that makes a man. And this is when it triggered me. I need to make another version of why I even say the elite fleet and what is a high value man versus an elite man and why I preach the elite man. First of all, I call my tribe the elite fleet because we're all elite. I call the women you should be aiming to date and the women who follow this channel elite women. There's a video on the channel explaining what an elite woman is. I call the men elite men. We're elite thinkers. We are free thinkers. We are outside of the matrix, but we are not outside of the matrix to the point where we're enraged. We're outside of the matrix to the point where we're seeking enlightenment and we have a ultra understanding of what's going on around us. And as a result of that, we understand that men are more than their money. See, the high value man philosophy that a lot of guys get caught up in, rather this was the way Kevin Samuels intended it to go or not, men just get caught up on, I gotta make 6 figures, I have to have a network of 6-figure friends, and I have to maintain this for 5 years. It's all on that 6 figures. All everyone sticks on now is 6 figures. It's almost as if now you're not a man if you don't make 6 figures. But there's so much other things that encompass being a man besides how much you make. And this is why I talk about elite men. Okay, see, elite men, you can make $50,000 and still be an elite man. Now, we strive for $100,000. Heck, we strive for $1 million. We don't put limits on ourselves. But we understand as elite men, there's way more to masculinity and being a true man and gaining that level of submission from women than just how much money you make. see, the money, the six figures, all that, that's all fine and dandy. But we as elite men in the elite fleet understand that that's a small part of masculinity. Providing is just one section of masculinity. And to be a true masculine man and to easily tap into that submissive button in women, you need to be a complete man. See, an elite man knows that just as important as earning a high income and keeping a stable job and being able to provide for his family, he knows his ability to be able to fix, build, and repair things are just as important to his masculinity and his value as a man. See, an elite man can fix a little leak on the sink. All right, an elite man can change out minor things that have gone wrong on his car, such as his headlights, such as maybe change his oil. He can change a tire. He can change out the side lamp if it gets hit or it gets damaged or it goes out. An elite man is willing to get his hands dirty. That means an elite man does the landscaping. He mows the lawn. He whacks the weed. Okay, the elite man will get on a ladder, climb to the top of the roof, and clean the gutters out. The elite man takes out the trash. The elite man understands what it really means to be a provisioner and a leader. Because an elite man is selfless. See, so much nowadays you get stuck on make time, you get stuck on make six figures, you get stuck on having a concubine or a rotation. But an elite man understands a big part of masculinity is being selfless. Being able to say what's best for not just me, but my kids, but my wife, but my family, but my legacy. An elite man understands the importance of, once I build my legacy, once I'm in my purpose, once I have my passion, I want to be able to pass this thing down. I want my family name to mean something. I want, when people hear my last name, to think that's a family that matters. I want to be like the Teslas. I want to be like the Buffetts. I want to be like the McCaffreys of the NFL, or the Matthews of the NFL, where Clay Matthews Jr., Clay Matthews III all made the NBA. Or I want to be like the James. LeBron's in the league. Bronny James is trying to go to the league. Okay, Bryce James is trying to go to the league. That matters to an elite man. He understands the importance of having a legacy to pass on. He understands the importance of leadership, and to be a true leader, not only does he have to follow, but he has to be selfless. It cannot always be about him. And this is why he takes time to be selfish, so that he can build his kingdom before he invites a woman and before he has children, so that way he's in a position where he can unequivocally be selfless. An elite man understands that wisdom and knowledge is one of the most attractive things to women. Not only that, but it's one of the most important parts of masculinity. Going through something, getting some gray hairs in your beard, okay? Getting some calluses on your hands, things of that nature, showing some wear and tear, but not just on the body, but in your mind. Okay, having dealt with harsh situations before, having been in fight or flight situations before, having gone through the struggle and made it out alive, or having come from poor to rich, all that seeped in your brain. You have all this wisdom, all this knowledge, investment knowledge, just random life knowledge, okay, how to deal with catastrophe knowledge. You understand that being able to retain and effectively communicate that wisdom and knowledge that you have attained to your woman, your children, and your family is a big part of your masculinity as well. An elite man also understands the importance of mind, body, and soul. Now, we just talked about mind as far as accumulating knowledge and being able to effectively pass on knowledge and wisdom, such as teaching people how to invest, such as teaching people how to survive hard times, or just any type of general pick-me-up knowledge you may have accumulated throughout life. But an elite man also understands body and soul. So an elite man is going to work out. An elite man is going to take care of his vessel, because he understands it's the only vessel he has, and he wants to be on this planet to enjoy the fruits of his labor, which is his wife, which is his kids, which is his family, which is his friends, for as long as he can be. So therefore, he takes care of his body, and he wants to start a legacy. He wants to start a tradition, an expectation of taking care of your body, so that way his wife, his kids, his friends, and his family all feel like they're falling off, or they're letting the name down if they don't do the same thing. An elite man understands the importance of taking care of his soul. So an elite man meditates. An elite man has a spiritual foundation. It does not matter what that spiritual foundation is. You can be Buddhist, you can be Christian, you can be Jewish, you can be Islamic, you can be Catholic, you can be a Jehovah's Witness. It does not matter. You can be spiritual. It does not matter. But he has a base. He leads himself and his family through the base, and he makes sure they understand the importance of taking care of their souls. They understand the importance of meditating. They understand the importance of prayer. They understand the importance of taking care of those aspects of themselves. An elite man understands protection. And he understands protection all the way to the point where he doesn't just say, hey, I'm going to stand up to the bad guy. No, he trains himself. An elite man goes to gun training. He knows how to wield multiple weapons. An elite man trains in hand-to-hand contact. He boxes. He kickboxes. He does MMA. He does Muay Thai. An elite man knows I need to train myself to be in a position where if anyone's coming at my family in any type of way, I can eliminate the threat effectively. An elite man understands he needs to be accountable. He understands his family is always a representation of him. So at the end of the day, he can be living like a king. But if his kid isn't living like a king, if his queen isn't living like a queen, then at the end of the day, what difference does it make? The princess should be living like a princess. The prince should be living like a prince. A queen should be living like a queen. An elite man doesn't have a bunch of baby mamas because an elite man doesn't allow every woman access to his Johnson. He doesn't allow every woman access to his stick. He values his seed. He understands the importance of semen retention. He understands that if he's not dealing with women who vibrate on his level, who are high level, elite level, feminine, caring, nurturing women, that they will not be an energy exchange, and she will just take from him. See, the average man thinks when you have sex with a woman, it's automatically you just giving everything up. But an elite man understands if you have sex with an elite woman, there is an energy exchange. For everything you're giving up to her, she's giving you back in love, nurturing, and caring. And you will wake up more energized than you went to sleep because this is actually a bonded, real connection. An elite man understands the value of his seed, so he does not spill it recklessly. He only puts it in the most fertile of soil. Going even further than that, an elite man understands the value of an elite woman. He does not view her as a burden or just something for a plaything, something to get off to, something to have fun with. No, he understands that an elite woman could take him to the next level. An elite woman could take his business or his purpose to the next level. An elite woman could sow his seeds that will stomp the earth when he's no longer here and carry on his legacy. An elite woman will nourish his body with nutritious food made from love that will fill his belly with the nurturing and caring energy of her. An elite woman will clean that castle from top to bottom in every little crevices and get her hands dirty, making sure her king has something nice to come back home to. An elite man may understand that, yes, feminine energy can be chaotic in nature, but not when it's around a truly masculine man. See, for Sonic to become supersonic, which is an analogy that I always use, he can only become supersonic when he harnesses the power of the Chaos Emerald. See, an elite man knows that women like water, they go through tides, they go up and down. They go up one day, then they come down the next day, they go left and right, they flow like the water. But an elite man knows that if he could be that rock, that land to guide that water, if he can get it to flow in one direction, if he can harness the power of those Chaos Emeralds, he knows he can become supersonic. And at that point, when you have the divine masculine and the divine feminine together, there's nothing that can stop that elite man. And because he understands that, he's willing to take the time and put in the effort and even wait if that's what's necessary for him to find, get, and keep his elite woman, because he knows that once you put twin flames together, there's no force on this planet that can stop them from completing their purpose and doing what they're supposed to do, whatever it is that they were supposed to do on this plane. See, an elite man understands that he's a lot more than his wallet on a lot of different levels. I can go deeper than this, but I want you guys to understand, never limit yourself to simply your money. Always work hard. A man, yes, he has to be a provider. A man, yes, we have to take care of ourselves. Because as a man, no one's going to come to save us. There's no shelter for a man. You call them, it's always full. They say they can't help. And they shouldn't. Because you're supposed to grind. You're supposed to be that provider. You're supposed to be responsible. You're supposed to take care of yourself. But never think that that's all you offer. Never think that that's all you are. See, so many men today, they lack submission because all they come with is money. Money alone will not get you true submission. It might get a woman to act right for a certain amount of time, but you can't buy nurturing. You can't buy caring. You can't buy love. You can buy someone to cook. You can buy someone to clean. You can buy someone to sleep with. You can buy someone to have your kids. But you can't buy that spiritual connection. You can't buy that energy exchange. This is why many men feel drained all the time when they deal with women, because they're not dealing with the right woman. They're paying for a trophy wife to show off to their friends. They're paying for a trophy wife to make them feel good. No, you don't need to do that. See, a real woman, she'll also understand that you're way more than your wallet. Yes, you're a provider, but she'll also understand that you're that protector, you're that provisioner, you're that companion. Y'all built a family. You give her love. You give her advice. You drop knowledge onto her. You provision and offer leadership to her. You get your hands dirty. You fix, build, and repair. You guys make love. You guys exchange intimacy, and she will sow your seeds gladly to stomp the earth when you're no longer here and carry on that legacy and tradition that you built that is much deeper than how much you made. Your last name and your legacy will live way past you. You can't take the money with you, but you can leave a legacy behind you. I need all you guys to understand, it's not just about your wallet. Men are way more than their wallet. A man who thinks that he only is as good as how much money he has is as defeated and broken as a woman who thinks she's only as good as how she looks or her body is built. I repeat, a man who thinks he's only as good as his wallet or how much money he has is as broken and defeated as a woman who thinks she's only worth solely how good she looks and what her body is capable of. The Matrix makes women believe that they're only as good as they look. And if they don't look the part, then they ain't the part. And that's why so many women have low self-esteem. Now the Matrix is trying to convince you guys that if you don't have 6 figures, if you're not a multi-millionaire, if you can't buy the bar, then you're not a real man. Do not let the Matrix break you. Because only a real, true, thoroughbred man can bring out the divine feminine in a woman. Rather she hasn't been broken yet or she has. And only at that point can you become supersonic. Only at that point can you become twin flames. Only at that point can no one or nothing, no force, no energy stop you guys from fulfilling your purpose. I am Alex and I am out. Peace.